Consider the principle of regeneration as a magnet in action. The male end of the magnet signifies a charging or absorbing characteristic, attracting with its force. It represents a concentration of energy, an intensification, an accumulation, a silent powerhouse of potential. This mirrors all actions associated with the male gender in this fascinating world. On the other hand, the female end of the magnet represents a discharging or radiating trait. It repels, disperses, permeates, effectively acting as the ripples radiating from the pebble. This captures the female gender's characteristic responses, signifying a release, a radiation, a permeation of energy. Now let's amplify this metaphor. Imagine the cycle of day and night as another example of this principle in action. The day, symbolizing the male aspect, charges the earth with light and heat, absorbing and storing energy, just like the male end of the magnet or the pebble on the other side. The night, representing the female aspect, discharges this energy, allowing the earth to rest and regenerate, similar to the female end of the magnet or the ripples in the water. This dance between the charging and discharging elements, the absorption radiation, the interactions between the male and female aspects mirrors the cycles of life and reproduction. It's a pattern, a rhythm, much like the oscillation of a magnet or the transition of day to night. This pattern of energy, gender dynamics, and the cycles of day and night outlines the order of our world. The magnet's oscillation, the transition between day and night, the dynamic between the sexes, all of this forms a pattern, a sequence, a rhythm. This sequence defines the order of our world. Now, let's consider an example. Picture the sound of a human voice echoing through the hills. This sound, just like all forms of energy, is an amassed potential that, when released, immediately expands. The expansion is the radiation of accumulated potential. When these radiating sound waves smash against the high potential of a cliffside, the process of degenerative discharge entropy switches to become generative charge syntropy. Thus, the expanding lower potential is reversed to the contracting higher potential. As a result, the sound waves are forced into closer contact, the impact, restoring the wave dimensions that originally produced the sound. In simpler words, it's a regenerated reincarnation of the state of motion that initially produced the sound. This transformation isn't limited to the phenomenon of echo, it also applies to processes like radio transmission. Essentially, they all represent the transformation of radiation into regeneration when impacted against planes of higher potentials. This, my friend, is how the magic of gravitation manifests.